Hello, welcome back to Electric Petrolhead. Now, this is my i3. We've owned it nearly 3 years, but before we owned it, we actually drove another i3, and there's videos on that. It was actually an i3S. We preferred the ride of the i3, so that's what we bought for ourselves. But I rented that from a company, for want of a better word, called EVEC. EVEC is the Electric Vehicle Experience Centre, and it's in Milton Keynes Central Shopping Centre. So it's literally next to Boots, bang right in the centre. But they've got a really good setup. Or should I say they did? Let me fill you in. So the EVEC was run by BP, and I know they're an oil giant, but they're also invested in electric charging points. Loads of people have their home chargers, and you know, they were trying to break into the market basically. So 5 years ago, it came about because Milton Keynes Council had an eco grant, and the idea of this grant was to demonstrate to the rest of the country how something really good could be done. BP came along and said, give me all that money and we'll put some chargers all over Milton Keynes and we'll lease a spot within the town centre in the shopping centre for 5 years. And it was a great initiative. So what happened is you could go in there, and this is what I did. I went in there and I said, looking to buy another EV, not sure what to get, thinking about an i3, can I borrow one for a week? And they said, certainly, tap your card down on this machine, give us a little bit of money, it's about 100 quid, a little bit more now, well, not for long. And I took an i3 out for a week. It gave me free charging on BP, and it was great. My wife and I drove it around for a week, loved it, thought this is our next car. And actually, before the end of the test, we'd bought one. We literally, about 4 or 5 days in, we just drove to BMW, had a chat with them and walked out with an i3 order, and the car was due to be delivered later that year. So it was great. I then returned the i3S to EVEC, said thank you very much, that was brilliant. And they gave me my money back because I'd bought a car. Honestly, it's literally brilliant. I then have referred personally, dozen, 20 odd people to the centre through these videos. Who knows? I've built up a bit of a friendship with some of the team there, basically because they kept on hearing my name. And then when I went in, they went, oh, we know you. So yeah, anyway, long story short is that 5-year lease has come to an end and it is no more, or very soon. It is going to close. BP have basically pulled the plug and said, for whatever reason, I don't know, I assume because it's not economically viable, we don't want to continue doing it. We don't want to pay out of our own pocket to fund the EVEC. If you look at the finances, most people went on to buy a car, so they weren't making that much money from the rents. And obviously there was sponsorship by all the different brands that were involved, and BP would have got a lot of publicity. But the problem with BP in the area is no one really likes them, because what they've done is, whether it's their fault or MK Council's, the chargers don't really work in Milton Keynes. You wander around the city centre and most of the 7 kilowatts or posts just don't work. A lot of the 50 kilowatt rapids don't work. The amount of chargers I've reported to them, and I've just said, hey, this charger doesn't work. And they said, oh, there's a part on order. And then it doesn't happen. So long story short, it's a bit rubbish in Milton Keynes from a BP and EVEC point of view. I'm very sad. I'm utterly gutted for my friends who work there. I'm doing anything I can to get them jobs in the industry, using whatever contacts I've got. However, I've got an idea, and I've shared this idea on Twitter, and I'm trying my hardest to make this happen. But I thought, you know what, I've got a small YouTube channel. Why don't I put a video up explaining what I want people to do and how I think we can save it? Now, I'll caveat this by saying I don't think we can save the current EVEC. I think that's going to end. They're going to lose the building. Someone else is going to lease it, and I doubt BP will just give away the name. However, the concept must live on because it's brilliant. Now, here's what I think we need to do. We need someone like Octopus Energy, who I'm a big fan of, and I think they're great. And I think they're the most forward-thinking energy company, so this would work well for them. Or potentially someone else with a bit of money in their back pocket, like GridServe. But I don't think that the business case would make as much sense. So let's go back to Octopus. This is what I think should happen. Octopus should set up an equivalent of the EVEC. They take a lease on a city centre store, and outside they have a number of charging bays, which are theirs. Then they lease a few cars. Now, don't forget Octopus have Octopus EV, a leasing company. So that's going to be easy. So they lease a few cars and allow people to rent them on short-term let. Once they finish their lease, they go back into the store to give the keys back. And then you've got 3 areas. One will be for the car rental area. So it's just going to be run like just a normal car rental shop. I would argue that that probably would be a loss leader, if at best break even. That's not the point. Because the rest of the shop, there'll be another third that would be for Octopus EV. So it means people can go in there and say, what's salary sacrifice? What's, this, what's that? I don't understand what's going on. Tell me about how I can get an electric car cheaper. How is it going to save me money? And, oh, I own a business. What can I do? All these questions, there'll be someone on site who can answer that. Be brilliant. And then the other third for Octopus Energy as a whole, selling the pros of being an Octopus Energy customer. If you want to join, highly recommend it. Link in my description as always. So, is this going to work? I don't know. I think it should. Logically, I'm a commercial director. I'm not completely stupid, although a lot of people think I am. It's got legs. I think from a publicity point of view, it's an opportunity for someone like Octopus, and it's got to be a company that can do lots of different things with this space. I don't think having a pure rental business in the city centre is going to work. I think you need to basically have multiple income streams that are going to work. So someone like Octopus Energy, stroke Octopus EV, stroke Octopus Juice, stroke everything could work. Now, what can we do about it as a community? Just share this video on Twitter and tag Greg Jackson, the CEO, he's a good guy. He's on Twitter a lot. I've sent him this idea months ago. He's also a busy CEO, so whether he read it or not, I don't know. I know other people in Octopus Energy and Octopus EV. I've told them my idea. This is not something that's completely off the radar yet, but if we can make this video get to more people and they can just quickly watch it and understand that there is a potential business here, that would be great. If people want to, drop me an email, it's all in the description. I'm more than happy to introduce you on LinkedIn or whatever to the people who are running EVC. So, maybe those jobs can be saved. Because frankly, it's a disgrace that BP have just dumped this and not continued with it. It's a real shame. It looked so good and it was loved. And their charges might sucked, but I always stuck up for EVC and told everyone was brilliant. So yeah, let's see what happens. Any ideas? Please just comment below. Let's get some kind of, let's just keep telling people at Octopus. If you know anyone at Octopus, just send them the link to this video or say, I've heard there's an idea going around about on Octopus EVC. Let's make this happen. Let's do a proof of concept in Milton Keynes, show that it can work, show that there's interest in it, and then spread it out to the rest of the country. One of these in, 20 or 30 towns and cities up and down the country, that could be a really good thing, and Octopus could do a lot with it. So yeah, if you think this is a good idea, please share, please retweet it on Twitter if you've seen it on there. Just let's get the word out there. I'm in the mood for just saving EVC. Let's get it in the hands of someone who gives a shit about the environment, not an oil giant. So yeah, let's do it, guys. Please just share away, and then let's save the concept and get more people. Because that's the thing. If you get people driving EVs, they go on and buy them. So let's get more people driving them, more people experiencing them. Let's do it. Thanks a lot. See you on another video. Bye.